In today's lesson, we are going to fill out what we call a GNAW sheet. And the GNAW is an acronym. It stands for graphical, numerical, algebraic, and in words. And what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to describe or represent a linear equation, a slope-intercept form linear equation, in 4 different ways, given 4 different pieces of information. Okay, so let's get started. It says, given the information below, complete each section that describes the same line 4 different ways. Well, in this one we have a coordinate plane and we've got an equation. That's really important. In this one we've got a table of values and then some questions based on the table of values. Down in the bottom in the algebraic section it says prove one point in the table is a solution. And then over here for words, describe the line using sentences, and it gives you some key words: slope, starting point, solutions, x-intercept, y-intercept. So the information, they give us information in this one. Y equals 2x minus 6. And then we have an m here, and the m stands for slope, and the b here, which stands for the y-intercept. And you'll notice that slope and y-intercept are also over here and down here, y-intercept and slope. So we're going to be utilizing different ways to show the information. So our slope is always, if the formula is y equals mx plus b, the m is in the place of the 2. So our slope is 2 or 2 over 1. It always has to be in a fraction because we have a rise and a run. The b is our negative 6. So it would be, I want to put it as a set of coordinates, 0, negative 6. So 0, negative 6, that's our starting point, 0, negative 6. And then we're going to follow the slope, up 2 units, right 1, 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 and we can stop there. I mean, we could keep going on. And take out a straight edge or a graphing tool and draw your nice straight line. Put arrows on the ends of your line to show that it goes on and on forever. And there's our line. So that should be able to help us. If we were to continue up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, all those points would be on that line. So there's our line from our equation. We are done with the first box. In the second box it says numerically. So the way you figure out numerically is you take your equation and you create some x values. So the first x value that I always want is the y-intercept, which is when x equals 0. So y is equal to 2 times 0 minus 6, because that's our equation that we used down here. So y equals 2 times 0 is 0 minus 6, so y equals negative 6. So 0, negative 6. And then we could plug in a value for 1, a value for 2, and a value for 3. And if we didn't already have the graphed line, we could plug the value of 1 in there, 2 in there, 3 in there, and then simplify and get these values. But since we already graphed the line, we know that the x value of 1 is a y value of negative 4. The x value of 2 is a y value of negative 2. And the x value of 3 is a y value of 0. Okay? And now we can answer these questions. Is this table linear? Yes, it is. The way that you know it's linear is that it has a constant rate of change. So negative 6 to negative 4 is a positive 2 units. Negative 4 to negative 2, you're adding 2. Negative 2 to 0, you're adding 2. Over here, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, the constant change is always adding 1. And that becomes our slope, our rise over our run. So our slope is a positive 2 or a positive 2 over 1. We also saw that over here. The x-intercept is when y equals 0. That's the definition. It's also when the point crosses the x-axis. So our x-intercept is 3, 0. And then the y-intercept is when x equals 0. So you could always look in the table. 0, negative 6. And the definition for the y-intercept is when the line crosses the y-axis. So right there. So here's our y-intercept, and here's our x-intercept. Okay? The next part that we're moving on to is the algebraic section. It says, prove 1 point in the table is a solution. Well, I'm going to pick 0, -6, because it's the easiest point to prove, and I'm actually going to prove 2 of them for you. And the way you do it is you take your equation, y equals 2x minus 6, and you substitute the 0 in for your x value and the -6 in for your y. And then we simplify. So -6 is equal to 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 6 is -6. When the left side equals the right side, you can put check. It is a solution. So let's pick another point. Let's go 1, -4, just to show you. Again, we're going to take our -4 and substitute it in for the y. So -4 is equal to 2 times 1, and then minus 6. So -4 is equal to 2 times 1 is 2 minus 6. 2 minus 6 is -4. So -4 equals -4. Again, the left side equaled the right side when we totally simplified. So therefore, we know that those points are solutions. The last section that they're going to have us you do is the descriptive part. And the descriptive part, since they give you the words, shouldn't be too hard. And I'll show you what I mean when I say that. The line represented by the equation y equals 2x minus 6 has, and here it is, has a slope of 2 and y-intercept, sorry if my writing is poor, of, and I'm going to skip down here, of 0, -6. So I used slope and I used y-intercept. X-intercept. The x-intercept is 3, 0. And on this line, we could come up here to our table. We could say the line has solutions of 1, -4, and 2, 2 also. If you wanted to do starting point, you could say the starting point, and I'm going to abbreviate it. The starting point was 0, -6, which was the y-intercept. But that gave a good, oops, you didn't see that. That gave a good overall explanation of everything that was in our table or our graph line over here. Okay, so this is a GNAW sheet, and it just shows you many different ways to describe information of, in this case, the slope-intercept linear equation. If you have any questions, watch this video back or reach out to me, and I'll try to help you out in any way I can. Thank you and have a good day.